Hello, Barry.
Hello, Michael. How are you
Hello,
doing?
hello. Very good. Can you see me?
I cannot see you.
And why? I just spent all this time working on the video. Hold on. Ah,
Take your time.
yes, technology. You can't live with it. You can't live without it.
I love it. I think it's coming online now.
Yes. What do you think of the background?
I think you're getting your message across.
It, it,
There you go.
yes, yes, definitely, definitely.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, I really appreciate you making the time, and this should just take a few minutes. And I know that I'm getting, just so you know, I've been kind of transcribing my interviews that I've done with Sam Sachs and Mike Napoli, and what's called. So yeah, I'll be kind of fitting everybody into 2-minute stories. So I'm going to try not to keep you on the hook for too long here on this.
Keep me on the hook for as long as you want. You know what they say. There's no such thing as bad publicity. Even when it is bad, you're still getting publicity to get the message out. We're going to lower rents, make TriMet fare free, and make biking safer again.
Okay, well, that's wonderful. I appreciate it. I'm going to go ahead and get started.
Okay. Now, is this so you're going to have the interviews of video, or this is going to be written in a video?
The intent will be video and audio.
Oh, good, good, good.
Perfect. Yeah. So yeah, and that's what I do with Sam and with Mike. So I'll be having every candidate on there.
Recording in progress.
So yeah, so it's going to
Go ahead and get this
Yeah.
up on the screen. Okay, fantastic. Well, start away.
Okay. All right. So, Michael, I wanted just to obviously kind of the tags of the story, the point that we're starting at is the Secretary of State's office is looking into city candidates swapping donations, and your campaign was one of 4 that was mentioned by the state office. At this moment, they did say very explicitly that that number could grow, and I know that the Willamette Week article has detailed 14 candidates that were all part of this listserv that basically solicited mutual donation swaps. So, what do you make of the fact that, first off, now that the Secretary of State's office is now looking into this, how did you kind of get involved in this donation swapping activity?
Well, I was part of the chain that Reverend Nat set up. I think he's running for District 2. And the reason I'm really enjoying this campaign is because we're working together across different districts to be able to help each other. And I didn't see anything wrong with what we were doing. We were helping each other to finally get over that 250 threshold. We weren't trying to game the system. We were just trying to help each other. And had I known it was illegal, obviously I would have done it. But I never felt pressured. I never felt coerced. It was, just candidates, who have similar visions for Portland helping each other out. And I think I did 9 contributions because the Oregonian actually, I would argue, did a much more thorough story than the Willamette Weekly, detailing everybody who was involved, including people that Willamette Weekly did not. At the time the Willamette Weekly ran a story, the Secretary of State had declined to jump in. And none of the experts that they quoted said this actually was election illegality. They said it appears to be, and that's what's an issue because she quoted me actively saying the way she was trying to story was like we're trying to game the system. That is far distinct from the truth. We are honest candidates trying to make, and it's really contribute world, as they say.
I completely understand. So I know that's what I've heard from other candidates so far. I know that just it's when you're looking from kind of an outside, when you're looking from a voter perspective and not among the candidates, it's like if I were to take a more pessimistic view of it, it's I understand you say you're just trying to help support other candidates to reach that 250-cent contribution threshold. But reaching that threshold means taxpayer funds, city funding goes out to campaigns, and so it's campaigns helping each other acquire taxpayer money. So looking back at it now, do you view this kind of donation swapping differently than you did now, or do you still see it as kind of genuine just support of one another?
A genuine support of one another. All of the election officials have said that this is very murky water. This is the very first time this kind of election has ever happened. So obviously, because of what happened, they'll be able to rewrite the rules and make it more explicit were operating under very, gray waters. Is it legal? Is it illegal? Is it undue pressure? Is it coercion? It's just many interpretations. But I mean, had it been black and white saying that you cannot swap both contributions, I would not have done that ever. But because there was nothing that explicitly stated what you were doing is against the law, because again, at the end of the day, we are supporting the law. We want to make sure that the new government of Portland, Oregon, is sworn in on clean grounds, not murky. Well, how did they get into the public office?
Right. And so the contributions that you received and that you sent, how much money are we talking about each contribution?
Maximum is $20 because that's the maximum Portland was willing to match. Most of the contributions I swapped were $5. I think with Chad, I swapped $10 with him and then $10 with his campaign manager. But we have since refunded each other. He sent an email asking to do that, and I've honored his request. And anybody else who wants to return the funds, I'm more than happy to do that.
Okay, yeah, because that's kind of what I've kind of heard from other campaigns and other candidates is that there was no intention of gaming the system, but it kind of now that you've kind of had a lot more voices speak up about this topic since it's become news in the past week or two, has your view on donation swapping changed?
Well, obviously, I'm not ever going to do it again. I mean, this is not my first election. I don't know if you remember, but 2 years ago, I was on Your Voice, Your Choice on KT News, actually, when I ran for governor against Tina Kotek, Divide Street, and 17 other candidates. And despite having no money, I placed fourth out of all those candidates, getting 5,000 votes. And so this is not the first time, but we never had a collaborative effort like we have with these candidates versus the candidates running for governor. We were really running against each other. Whereas in this campaign, we're running with each other because there's 3 seats per district. So it doesn't feel like a cutthroat competition like it did with the gubernatorial primary 2 years ago. So yes, to answer your question, no, I will never do it again. I've learned my lesson. If I get fined, put in prison, it is what it is. Lesson learned. But I think it's definitely a good lesson for Portland going forward. So we define what exactly is campaign contribution.
Certainly it's new territory for everyone, right?
Yes, I mean the fact is there is no political foundation in Portland to support 109 candidates seeking 12 offices. We've never had it in the history of Portland. So this is literally the wild, wild west. No pun intended.
I appreciate it. And so yeah, you made your kind of position clear that it's is it fair to say that like at this point it's because of the raised question about it? Is it fair to say that you regret the swaps?
No, not at all. I do not regret helping other candidates. If it was illegal, I'll take the hit for it. But it was genuine to help other people reach their goal. Unfortunately, I did not make my goal, but there were other candidates that did, which I'd like to include it. And I'm happy to help him. Hopefully, he's not going to disqualify because of this, scandal, if you will. But it was really really good working with candidates. We have different visions, different agendas, but at the end of the day, we all can work together, and that is what is missing in current Portland city politics. The 5 commissioners are each other's necks. We actually like each other. We want to work together, and if this is how well we work as candidates, imagine how well we will work as actual city commissioners. But hopefully, this time not breaking the law.
Well, hey, I know that to be fair to you, don't know if anyone actually broke the law. That is still the jury is still out.
Well, that is the thing. Initially, the Secretary of State did not jump in. I think she's only jumping in because of all of the media heightened scrutiny. Because first of all, I was on the story, then the Oregonian, you're running the story, Coin is running the story. So it's like they were pressured to it. But again, I did read the Oregon statute rules. It is worded very vaguely and ambiguously. It's very, very open to interpretation.
Right, and I know just from what I heard today about today, the Secretary of State's office, I mean, they have not made any determination at all in terms of was this legal, was it problematic in any way, and they said we have not made any determination whatsoever. That is still ongoing, and they expect, like I said earlier, they expect the number of candidates involved to potentially grow. And
oh yes, yeah. I mean there were over 50 people in our email chain. So I've always actually wondered why William Vick would only focus on us 4, because there were so many candidates involved, not to put anybody under the bus. wonder first who leaked the email chain to Millennium Weekly, and two, why did they leak the portions that they did? From what I've been talking to other reporters, Millennium Weekly did not actually get the entire chain blocked. They only got a cropped version. So again, I'm not taking excuse for what we did, but it still begs the question: who did it? Why did they do it? And why target us? Do they really think me, an unarmed candidate, is that dangerous? Maybe they should, because I do have the most progressive agenda, as I'm the only candidate out of 109 calling to lower rent to 35% of renters' income, $50,000 annually, net, not gross. I am not beating around the bush. I'll be the only city councilor who you will never see sitting on his hands doing nothing. And you can take that to the bank.
Appreciate it, Michael. That's really all the questions I got here. And any other thoughts or anything you think I missed?
No, I just thank you for giving me an opportunity to share my view. And this is what I really appreciate about this whole media event, with the exception of last weekly. You guys have actually been very open, very subjective, or objective rather, and sharing all points of view so the public gets to know. Because I do believe the public has the right to know what is going on in elections, whether it's wrong or good, but they have a right to know. And I really thank you for taking the time to interview people.
My pleasure, man. I appreciate you taking the time. It's been
Recording stopped.
Yeah, it's been apologies for the phone tag that I pushed through the weekend.
You know what they say? Good things come to those who wait.
There you go.
But I promise you, if I am elected, you definitely will not be having phone tag. You can save that phone number so you can have me on speed dial.
Well, I appreciate you, sir. And I know that just one thing that I just don't want to hash out, just kind of off record for a moment, that I know that when I talked to the small donation elections kind of program, they said that potentially all the swap donations, they said technically the current rules don't allow those donations to go towards the matching program. If contributions are made to a campaign in exchange for an item of value, like a reciprocated contribution, then they should not go towards the 250 benchmark or anything like that. But at the same time, I know that Willamette Week is reporting that the candidates themselves will indicate whether they go through all their contributions and they say, okay, this one was matchable, this one should go towards that or not. Do you know? Do candidates do you know if other candidates label their contributions as matchable or not?
Well, we had to review them because to meet the 250 threshold, they had to be within the city limits of Portland. Because I've done a lot of contributions, but they've been all outside of Portland. And so that's why they meet the matching. So I don't know, because I know Susan Mattet said that it was just on the candidates themselves, to be honest. And, I don't know if Chad did or did not unreport those contributions. I don't know how many of those contributions actually ended up putting him over. But again, for his request, I did refund his contribution, and then he refunded me his back. He actually sent me a check. I'll show you.
Okay, well, I appreciate it. I'll take the word for it. And so yeah, between you and Chad, and how many other donations have you rescinded from this one?
He is the only one I did offer to rescind, and he's the only one who took me up on it.
Got you. Okay, so both of you have taken back your contributions to each other's campaigns.
That is correct, because again, Chad is an amazing person. I can tell you first foot, I don't have any hands to say firsthand, but first foot though, he is a really caring guy, really cares about the community. He created the Rose Chess Club of Portland. He's very progressive, and the last thing on his mind was gaming the system. And the fact that he was the one who sent the email to everyone saying, "Please refund me if you contribute to me." This tells you what kind of person he is. And I think he's a great city commissioner. And again, this is what I love about this campaign. We're running with each other, not against each other. So there's a very collaborative spirit where we're helping each other in general.
Yeah, I really like that take from it. I really do, because it's like of all the problems you can have in politics, campaigns donating to one another, is a kind of a good problem.
It's unheard of.
And it's like when you have that, that's going to be the issue. And of course, it's like you get into if it was very explicit, okay, we're going if it was okay, you give me $10,000, so I'll get $10,000, and then we'll get $1 million from the state, or something like that. It's just if it was a different scale of things, it would be one thing. But it's just all right, $5 for $5, and maybe we'll help each other the other thing, I appreciate you and the other candidates talking to me about it because it's just a clearer insight into the intent.
Yes.
Right? And so so I think that says a lot. And so I'll be doing my best to cram this in into a 2-minute story. So I really appreciate your time and your insight.
Oh, thank you. Likewise. In the worst case scenario, some of us will probably get fined, but they'll probably rewrite the campaign which will be more explicit, so something like this never does happen again.
Yeah. Okay. Well, hey, Michael, thank you very much, sir.
Oh, you too. Thank you so much.